How tall are you? I am around kahit sotos, kilikili. Hi everyone, it's me again, Ceej Tantengco. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. I know that I've been giving a lot of tips, career advice here on this channel, but a friend suggested that you should also get to know me as a person. So I'm going to be answering the 25 questions about yourself tag. I don't think this is going to be very practical, but I hope you still have fun. Let's go! I've written the questions down in my notebook. Question number 1. What is your real name? My real name is not Ceej. It's Christina Gracia. Ceej comes from when I was in high school. People thought my name was Christina Jessica. They started calling me CJ, and I was too shy to correct them. Eventually, I did confess, and so they chopped off the J from CJ. It just became Ceej. Question number 2. What do you do for a living? I do many things. As a freelancer and a creative professional, I am the social media manager for the Malolos, a professional basketball team in the PBA. I do hosting, I do consulting for brands who need help with their PR, with their marketing, with their branding. And I'm also part of a startup called Puma Podcast, which is a production house for podcasts. There, I do the marketing, and I also host 2 podcasts. Go Hard Girls and WhatsApp Arling Panlipunan Pilipinas. Question number 3. How tall are you? Well, basic answer is I'm 5'2". The fun answer is that I am around kahit sotos, kilikili. Question number 4. Tea or coffee? It depends on what I'm doing that day. If I have a lot of work, I'm going to take coffee. If I want to relax, I take tea. Question number 5. What perfume are you wearing? Oh, I have them here with me. This is the Miss Dior Eau de Perfume, and this is the J'adore Eau de Perfume. I switch between these quite a lot. It depends on what I have that day. If it's a lot of work meetings, I wear this one. If it's just hanging out, I wear this one. I know we're at home and we don't really have to do perfume because no one else smells us, but I do it for me. Question number 6. What sports do you play or have you played? If you know me in real life, you'll know that I'm very, very bad at sports. I am the type of person who would cut class during PE because it was always so difficult for me. It was always so embarrassing. I'm not coordinated at all. So I was never part of any varsity team. My only experience doing varsity was when I was in high school. I was part of the varsity debate team, which is probably the nerdiest sport you can do, but I liked it. Question number 7. What languages do you speak and how well do you speak them? I did take a little bit of French in college. Je parle français, mais un peu seulement. That's, I speak French. And the one that I'm more comfortable speaking is Korean. I started learning it 10 years ago, on and off, just continued it. 안녕하세요 여러분, 제 이름은 CJ예요. 필리핀 사람이에요. 하지만 아테네 대학교에서 한국어를 공부했으니까 저는 조금 말할 수 있어요. 반갑습니다. Question number 8. Single or taken? Taken. Question number 9. What is my dream date? My dream date always has to have good food. No food, no date. Hopefully involve something like going to the movies or going to the bookstore where we can get to know our interests and get to know a bit of each other's personalities. Question number 10 is also related. What are 3 things that you look for in a relationship? When I was younger, I would have answered something like, oh, he has to be very artsy. You know, we have to have the same interests. Maybe he's a writer like me. I don't know, something like that. But I think as I've gotten older, what I look for now is more than shared interests. I try to look for shared goals, maturity, responsibility, and I guess their approach to life. I like someone who has drive, someone who has that self-determination to reach for whatever their goals are. And if they have the same interests, then cool. If we don't have the same interests, then it's a chance to learn something new about each other. Question number 11, favorite movie, Lord of the Rings, hands down, best trilogy ever. My favorite character, for the record, is Eowyn. I am no man. The best. Question number 12, what are your pet peeves? This is really shallow, but it's when people make two words into one word when they're not supposed to be one word. So good luck is two words, it's not one word. And at least is two words, not one word. That's it. Question number 13, do you have pets? Yes, I have 4 dogs. Next question, what is your favorite travel destination? My favorite travel destination is Korea. I've been there 9 times in the last 10 years, and I guess some people will think, well, don't you get tired of it? I don't, because every time I go, I try to visit a different city or do something new, and it just never gets old for me. I like the idea of going back to a place again and again until you are really familiar and at home with the place and the people. The next question is related, would you live there? No, I would not live there, because I think for as long as Korea is a vacation spot for me, it remains perfect in my mind. The moment that I have to pay taxes, it gets real. The next question is, who is your favorite sports team? My favorite sports team is whoever I'm working with. Because as the communications person, it's literally my job to get to know them and to find the great things about them and share them with people. And I don't think you can be in that kind of job and not really care for them and develop that sort of empathy with whatever they're going through, whatever the journey of the team is. That's a hard question because I like a lot of sports teams, and for different, sometimes I guess even weird reasons. I like the Lakers because of how amazing they've been at marketing their team and their athletes. I think they've really led the way in many ways when it comes to sports marketing. I also like the Spurs because of their culture. It's amazing how they've been able to communicate that with people, because even when they lose, even when they're not good, you still respect them, and that's amazing. Also, I like Becky Hammond, so go women in sports! Overall, grander scheme of things, I really love what the US women's national team is doing for soccer, or football as we call it in the Philippines. I love how they use their platform to advocate for gender equality, women empowerment, and they're very fearless in how they do it. Question number 17, what is your secret talent? My secret talent is I can bend my thumbs backward. That's it, it's useless. Question number 18 and 19, what time is your bedtime and what time do you wake up? I generally sleep at 12 midnight and I wake up every day at 6 a.m. Question number 20, what do you collect? I collect books. When I was growing up, my parents didn't really have that big a budget to buy me books, but they always tried the best they could. And so I did end up with this collection of books as a child. Even if I didn't have a PlayStation, I didn't have, you know, all of the latest video games, but I always had books. And even as an adult, when I got my first job, my big treat to myself every year was I would go to the Manila International Book Fair and spend a chunk of money on whatever I wanted to read. Question number 21, what's something people don't know about you? People might not know that I used to want to become a lawyer. When I was in high school, my whole framework was coming from me being in the debate team. And so I thought, okay, I want to become a lawyer, I'll pick up economics. My whole dream was to do litigation. I don't know why, but I changed my mind. Question number 22, what is the biggest challenge you've had to overcome? I will say the biggest challenge would be the early days in my career in sports, when I was really trying to figure out where I fit into the industry. Because I knew that I wanted to do something in the space of gender, in the space of women in sports, but at the time it didn't feel like there was space for me to explore that. It was also a challenge to hold on to my sense of self, because as you know, sports is still very male dominated and it's not always the best place to be a woman. The biggest challenge I've had to overcome is just staying true to myself and finding my own place on my own terms. The next question is, what did you learn from that experience? Well, what I learned is that it's okay to be different. It's okay to follow your own path. You don't need to follow the set ladder that you're told to climb. It's really important to have your own definition of success. For me, success is not about being number one, or I am the first choice for being a reporter and I have the most times that I'm on TV. That's not it. I think success is doing meaningful work. And in my case, I find meaning in doing stories about female athletes and having that conversation about equality in sports. And as long as I'm able to pursue that, I'm always going to feel good about the work that I do. Question number 24 is something I already kind of answered. It's, what is your definition of success? Well, like I said, my definition of success is doing meaningful work, work that has an impact, but at the same time, being able to unlock a certain level of comfort for myself, for my family, and for my future family. I don't have kids yet, but I think a lot about, what life I'm going to be able to give to them. I hope that I'm going to be able to do that. Take them on nice vacations and buy them all the books that they want. And the last question is, something that you wish you learned sooner. I wish I knew earlier that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be perfect, to get things wrong, because I used to really beat myself up over that when I was younger. But over time, I think we learned that we're not perfect and nobody is, so we should just chill out. Take it easy a little bit. And that's it. 25 questions about me. I'm really not used to doing this kind of personal content. I'm always in the mind space that it has to be useful, it has to be useful. So if you like this, let me know. Tell me if you think I should do more of it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye!